Hi, this is Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Happy Devils Monday! Welcome to Game Day Live, presented by the Let's Go Devils Podcast Network and the Primetime Radio Studios, along with Crew Brew. My name is Vinnie, Parise, and I am here with Shorts Guy and Beer Baron. Scotty, we think, is joining us in just a moment. We are happy to get you set for New Jersey Devils hockey as they take on the Seattle Kraken. Welcome to all fans watching on YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Twitter Live, and Twitch. The Devils are looking for probably their 10th straight must-win game that they're not going to win against the Seattle Kraken. Hey. Boys, how we doing?
I was doing good until you said the not going to win part. Come on, man.
Oh, my gosh.
Have faith.
Or maybe I'm trying to throw people off from my predictions that they'll get sponsored by Crew Brew later in the show. Shorts Guy,
how's the vibe?
Beer Baron, how we doing?
Doing good. Vinny, how you doing?
Good, very excited. I leave in less than 48 hours to come join you guys.
Woo! Heck yeah,
How about that? This is the last show we're doing virtually before we're doing one live together. So this is going to be a good time.
Yes. I'm going to be away tomorrow for the Nashville Predators game, but these guys are going to hold it down for me as I get set to embark on my road trip to New Jersey. It's actually more of a flight trip, however you want to call that. This isn't the 60s. But, Beer Baron, good to have you on the show, my friend.
Yeah, dude, good to be here. I'm over here at American Whiskey. Crowd's getting ready to rock and roll. Everybody seems like they're in good spirits. So, I'll tell you what, man, I'm always surprised to see when you have a West Coast team come out to the East Coast what kind of how many fans they're going to start to bring in. And there's a decent amount of Kraken fans. I wonder if they have, like, some kind of trip or something like that. But heck, man, I'm pumped. My brother flew in yesterday, all the way from Seattle to watch the game tonight, and then we're going to go to the outdoor game. I don't know about you guys, but I've been watching them build the ice for that. And I know we'll get into tonight's game, but I'm almost like looking forward to Christmas. It's like having a birthday right before Christmas to be like, yeah, all right, those presents are fine, but come on, the big game's like right around the corner, and I can't wait.
Beer Baron,
yo,
I'm going to ask you a stupid question. Really stupid question. Here it goes. Your brother just flew in from Seattle. I'm curious. Are his arms tired?
Oh, my God, that's funny.
It's just bad jokes around here.
That's an incredible question. I love hearing that a bunch of people came over from the West Coast, because if I lived in Seattle and I was like, you know where I want to go see the Devils play or go see the Kraken play? In the great town of Newark. I certainly wouldn't pick Sunrise, Florida, or Anaheim, or Dallas. Nope. I'm going to Newark to see the Devils play against the Kraken.
And to be honest with you, by the way, Michael, I ordered this as soon as they dropped it. This wonderful jersey you see right here. I ordered it. It's a Fanatics one. It's not the real deal. But it's not the Adidas one, because I didn't want to suffer like everybody else. So I was like, I'll pull the smart move and get the Fanatics one.
I have to say something. I don't want to jinx this,
dude. Don't say it.
Tomorrow's weather.
Don't say it.
I got a shipping notification today.
Oh my God! You know what that means, though? That means you could see it sitting in Bayonne for the next 3 weeks and not understand why it hasn't gone from Bayonne to your front step.
Well, we'll find out. The weather will determine that tomorrow, but we'll find out.
Yeah, buddy.
That's awesome.
So, Vinny, what is your feeling about Vitek being out? The Devils have an e-bug tonight, and he's a 24-year-old from Caldwell, New Jersey, I believe. I took a screenshot of his name before, and I sent it to our group text, and I totally forgot to look at it again. Hold on, I'm going to pull it up right now. Or maybe I didn't send it. Whatever. But a 24-year-old e-bug that's not named Shorts Guy. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? For real. Shorts Guy should be in the arena right now with the team in the locker room doing pregame beers, and everybody be like, this guy's a rock star.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when you have an e-bug situation like the Devils have tonight, there's always like two things that cross my mind. The first thought is, God, with a below-average NHL goalie, the Devils have struggled this season at a lot of times. please don't let an E-bug come in, because that's just going to end terribly and they're going to be embarrassed, and the whole Sports Center social media age is going to make fun of them terribly. And then at the same time, I think back to the other E-bug situations that we've had in the last handful of years, and a Toronto Maple Leafs team loaded with Hall of Famers couldn't score a goal on their E-bug that was a Zamboni driver that worked for them. And then, there was the one where the Blackhawks dressed Philly's E-bug goalie, and Scott Foster, I believe his name was. He came in and he finished the game.
Yeah.
I know there was another one where a guy came in and shut down the Winnipeg Jets. It's just one of those things like, would the E-bug magic work? Oh, that would be exciting. And then I'm thinking, wait, this is the Devils. Like, E-bug goalie would get lit up for 9 goals. I'm at the end of the day, I hope Nico Daws is able to finish the game today.
I have a feeling he will, because Ruff is not one to pull a goalie very quickly. So he tends to let a goalie finish out the game no matter how bad it's going. But we should be able to get through this with Nico Daws tonight, and it should be his should be his net for the full 60, and hopefully with a Devils victory at the end of the night.
Yeah. And just to let you know, his name is David Tomeo. So David Tomeo, who's 24 years old, from West Caldwell, New Jersey, is going to be the backup coach, the backup goalie. So he serves as a coach for St. Peter's Prep High School. Very interesting.
Yeah.
So,
It should be me. It should be me.
Should be you. Should be you.
Should be me.
I don't know what palm we have to grease to make that happen, but you walk out there in the locker. Can I ask you an honest question though? If you actually got the call, what would your reaction be to that?
I would be excited. It would be a literal dream come true to be able to put that jersey on for a night like tonight. It would be
fantastic.
It would be fantastic. I would be excited as anything, and I would try to soak it all in. It would be awkward, though. I know it would absolutely be awkward being in that locker room with a bunch of guys that you don't know them, they don't know you, so it would be a little bit weird. But I would try to enjoy it as much as possible.
Would you be cracking jokes? Like, how do you think you'd go in the locker room and just be like real quiet and just be like, "Thank you for this opportunity," or would you be like, "Let's go," like trying to give like a pregame speech, like really live up?
I would not act like the standard shorts guy that you would assume. I'd probably just go in, do what I needed to do, probably try to keep my head down a little bit, just enjoy the time. And then hopefully they let me keep the jersey at the end of the night. That's really all I'd really care about.
I think they do. I think they let you keep that jersey. Vinnie,
I would hope so.
Vinnie, what about you though? If you were in that position, if you were an established goaltender, or if you had the chops like Shorts guy, if you got that phone call, like how would you react to that situation?
I would embrace it and go for it with full expectation that it would go poorly. And you just got to kind of have that mentality, like just let it rub off you. You're an E-bug goalie going in there, and even though you know how to play the position, I assume that when Shorts guy puts on his gear and he puts on those goalie stick gates that are just a tad bit different than normal hockey skates, you look like a goalie in there. You know how to skate side to side. You know how to slide over in the butterfly position and catch a puck. I fully believe that that's the case. But then I'm thinking okay, I probably know how to do those things if I'm an established goalie in this position. Can I stop Matty Beniers from taking a wrist shot through 3 defensemen and catch it? That's obviously something that would be going through my head. That's just the way my weird brain works. But you know what? I would embrace it and enjoy it. So I hope this guy has some fun out there tonight. It's a home game too. It's always better when the home crowd's behind you. A couple of these E-bugs that we've seen in the last handful of years were on the road. So it'd be easier at home. I don't know. I'm excited to see how it works out.
What's funny is I think about it. 2 things crossed my mind first. If I was in that position, I'd be out of my mind, nervous, right? Because God forbid there's any kind of injury or anything happens to Daws, knock on wood, this kid's going to go thrown in net. Yeah, it's a dream come true, but you're also facing NHL caliber talent, which, outside of warm-ups of that game you've never faced before in your life. So that's it's a lot. But at the same time, like, yeah, you just, dude, let your hair down, go for it. Like, who cares? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. If you get into the position where you're going to have to go into the game, you sprawl out like Dominic Hasek. You have one of those games where, like, you're on SportsCenter, you're there for making one of the saves of the year or for looking like a complete dope while you're trying to make the save of the year. But you go for it.
If you're in that e-bug position and you get in, you're not expected to do well. You have no expectations.
No.
So you may as well just go out there, have fun, and if you make a save or two, well, guess what? You're now in the NHL record books as making a save in the NHL.
Hey,
that's more than a lot of people can say.
If the Devils go up like 6-0 and it's like late in the third, could you see Lindy being like, "All right, kid, go out for the last 2 minutes"?
Nope. Nope.
There are coaches I could see doing that.
I could see
Lindy
that.
is not one of them.
No,
yes,
probably
Lindy
not.
is not going to be one
probably
of them.
not. It's
if
funny.
It happened in, like, I could see Barry Trotz doing something like that, or, you know, the guy in Washington. I'm drawing a blank on his name. Nice, friendly team player type guy. Lindy, I'm not so certain.
Yeah,
no, Lindy would not do it.
And Sam just said you can't do that because the e-bug is strictly emergency basis. So I guess yeah, it puts the kibosh on having a little fun out there and doing that. Unless
No, because they did that in where did they do that? Edmonton?
No. There was a situation. Where Quenneville tried to put the e-bug in. He got in the crease, did his little tap on the goalpost, and then the referees were like, "No, get him out."
So
I do remember that being the case.
No, but they did do that. Someone did do that. It may have been Edmonton or Calgary, where they had the e-bug on the bench and they put him in towards the end of the game and he made a save or two. So it has happened at least once. I remember that. I just cannot. Now I have to look that up. So you guys talk.
That's not familiar.
All it really takes
was it the Flyers?
Well, that's what Sam was saying. The Flyers tried. But all it takes is if there's like a handshake and an agreement in the locker room, like, listen, or if it's like, let's say it was a meaningless game, like towards the end of the year, you're not making the playoffs, like the team's way out of it.
Oilers. Yes, the Oilers did it.
So like if the goaltender's like, hey, listen, man, I'm gonna like quote unquote pull a hamstring towards the end of the game, and you go in there. You know what I mean?
So the Oilers did it. Playing the Blackhawks. They had a 7-3 lead over the Blackhawks, and Connor McDavid basically looked at the coach and said, "Put this guy in. We will." And he made a couple saves. I remember that specifically. So yeah, you can. You're supposed to on an emergency basis.
Yeah.
But you absolutely can use them if needed. I'm actually watching highlights now.
That would be.
Lindy's not doing that.
That would be pretty amazing. So, new report. This is what our buddy Max. What's up, Max? Our buddy Max just said, new report is Saros makes the most sense considering Saros prime fits our window. So, there's been a lot of speculation and there was a lot of talk about the Devils had a lengthy conversation about Markstrom when Calgary was in town the other day. And apparently the trade talks fell apart because Calgary's not one to retain money, and that was one of the sticking points for Fitzgerald, from what I read. And I guess the trade kind of just crumbled apart. I'm okay with them not getting Markstrom. I mean, he's a good goaltender and all, but he's also 35 years old, so he's not going to be, hanging around for quite some time. But what is Vinnie, we haven't really had a conversation about this in the past, I don't think, but what is your thoughts on possibly Saros coming into town and getting a good look, or Fitzy trying to make a deal while he's in town?
Yeah, so definitely with the Devils playing Nashville, that's definitely going to be a topic of conversation on X tomorrow. It's going to be I'm not going to say it's going to be annoying because, that's just the state of the Devils right now. They're, when good goalies that are tradable are on the opposite bench, you're going to have a chance to see them, and it's going to be right in everyone's face. So I understand it. I love Saros. I think he's one of the best goalies in the NHL. He's kind of having a down year by his standards, he's not going to be nominated for the Vezina Trophy like we're used to seeing for Saros. But I think he's one of the 6 or 7 best goalies in the NHL. And, he's expendable with Nashville having Askarov in the pipeline, and they always develop goalies well. I wouldn't trade him if I were Nashville, but I would trade for him if I were the Devils, because I do think if he came to this team, he'd have a new system in front of him. Sometimes that helps or hurts goalies, but he'd definitely be the man. And he would know he's the man for a couple years to come, where in Nashville, they might try to slide him out the back door. You don't necessarily know how it's going to go, but I am fairly confident that kicking the tires on Saros is a good idea because of what we've seen from him in the past.
Yeah.
So here's my disagreement with Saros. As much as I would like him to come in, he's played 40. No, he's got 20 wins for them. There's the games played. So Saros has played. Wow, it says he's played 41 games for them so far with 20 wins. They are 2 points out of the wild card spot in the West. They're going to trade their workhorse. It's got to be one of those things where it's going to be a deadline deal and Nashville's out of the playoffs if they want to let him go. So even if it's Saros to the Devils, we have to be in playoff contention with what we have before that trade comes to fruition. Because if Nashville were to pull this trade and then not make the playoffs, their fans would have a riot, and rightfully so. I just think with them being so close to that, on the cusp of that wild card spot, not going to happen.
Unless, and this is the only thing that I would say, unless management is looking at it like, listen, Askarov is ready. We can get a haul that's going to help push us deeper into that playoff run. And so why not pull the trigger? We're going to take a little bit of a gamble, yes, on an unproven commodity in this kid, but at the same time, he's got the pedigree, he's got everything that you're looking for, and what's going to eventually be your starting goaltender. What if they're saying, if we can get an Alexander Holtz and a Seamus Casey or something like that out of this deal, which would help bolster their offense or help bolster their defense, why not take that risk? I agree with what you're saying. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate, like trying to see it.
And that's fine. And that's fine. And the only reason why that devil's advocate argument isn't even really valid right now, he's not even their rostered backup at the NHL team. He's in the AHL. If he was their rostered backup and splitting games with Saros and doing like a 1-1A, okay.
Yes,
possibly true. That's the situation. But he's not even on the NHL roster. And that would be a hell of a gamble and a hell of a risk. That if that blows up in their face, it's a problem.
Yeah, but so just going along the lines of what I was just saying too is there could also be like a thought process of like, yeah, we're right on the cusp of making the playoffs. Do we really see ourselves getting past Team X, Team Y, Team Z? Doesn't matter. Do we see ourselves getting past Colorado? Do we see ourselves making it to the Western Conference Finals? Do we see like Edmonton's on fire right now? Do we see ourselves being able to compete with Edmonton offensively? And so that's what I'm saying, like maybe there is that risk factor where they're saying like, yeah, go for it. And in return, if the Devils send them, listen, by all accounts on Sunday, I was saying he's not having a good year. But if the Devils send them Vitek, where he's not going to be their starter, but he'll be that backup, that contingency plan for Askarov if he struggles, it could be what they're leaning towards. Like, who knows? Like, who knows what these guys are thinking? But what do you think, Vinnie?
Yeah, Askarov has played well in the NHL when given the opportunity. It's not like he's come up. I honestly think there's a chance that playing for the Milwaukee Admirals mostly this season is largely due to making sure he gets a lot of starts and isn't, being a backup goalie in Nashville. Could he step in the NHL right now and make an impact right away? Yeah, I think he could, but like Shorts Guy said, it is like a tremendous risk for a team that does believe they want to get into the playoffs, because if he did come up and start getting all of Saros' starts, and he had a .894 save percentage and a .350 goals against average, that fan base would go crazy. And I'm not even certain that, Barry Trotz and everybody running Nashville right now would appreciate that in any way. I hate to put a complete interruption on this conversation, but I have to debunk an entire conversation that we had before to start the show.
Okay.
Akira Schmid made it in time, and he is going to back up Nico Daws tonight. So the e-bug situation is out the window.
That's a bummer. I feel bad for that kid.
I just hope he at least got to keep the practice jersey he wore this morning.
Yeah,
at the very least.
Yes.
That would be great. But still, you got to go out on the practice ice this morning.
Yeah,
I
probably
think
take shots from Jack Hughes and Nico Hischier. It's got to be pretty wild.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you'd think he'd made some saves on them during practice, so that had to be really cool.
Oh, absolutely.
And so, sorry, I didn't mean to completely just throw us off our conversation.
By the way,
speaking
of that, speaking of the e-bug and Akira Schmid being here, there is a game tonight against Seattle.
Yep.
So, Beer Baron, you're there.
Really quick.
Yes, what?
Shorts Guy, I was going to ask you, what is that fellow next to Shorts Guy drinking? Or next to Beer Baron drinking?
Oh, what is he drinking? And what might be in this glass right
here?
What could that be,
what
Vin?
Is Beer Baron drinking?
Beer Baron.
Shorts Guy. That looks like Ang Crew Brew. Join our crew today and drink Ang Crew Brew, where we make winning memories together, one crew at a time. Ang Crew Brew. I'm less than 48 hours from putting Ang Crew Brew to my lips for the first time ever.
It's delightful.
Oh, absolutely you are.
It's delightful. It's refreshing.
Very excited.
It's refreshing. It's the perfect balance. And listen, the red dye in there, it doesn't make you pee red the next morning, which would be alarming.
It would be very alarming.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness.
It would be very
That would be a major problem.
Yeah.
Sorry, okay, back to the game, Shorts Guy. Do you want to go right into predictions, or do you want to touch on it a little bit?
No, let's touch on the game tonight. So we got Seattle coming in. These are 2 points like we always talk about. These are 2 points the Devils need to get tonight because these games are slowly getting away from us, and we have to win tonight. It's one of those games where we again have to win, Vin.
I agree. And so Jack Hughes, this will be his third game back from injury. I get this odd feeling that this is the one. This is the one. It's just against Seattle. He was great against them last year. 2 years ago, they injured him. I think this feels like the game for Jack Hughes, where he just starts to look like that guy that he was, before getting hurt this second time, where he was putting up well over point per game.
Yeah, this is definitely the breakout game for not just Jack Hughes, in my opinion, but I feel like the power play, which has had 2 games to kind of get their legs back underneath and get Jack back into the flow of things. I feel like this is what you're going to see tonight. Is you're going to see a Jack Hughes from what we like to call the Ovechkin wheelhouse type of goal. He's just going to rip one from right there, and he's going to score. I have a good feeling tonight, man. I feel like the boys, after that Carolina game, yeah, they lost, but they played a hell of a strong game. So got to carry that over. They got to have another solid effort because Seattle's one of those sneaky teams. Seattle will have a good night. Seattle will have a bad night. They're like a weird kind of Jekyll and Hyde team, very similar to a team that we root for.
Who plays to their opponents? Who absolutely plays to their opponents? So I think the Devils really have to come out and play tonight like they're playing Carolina. They just have to look at it like that because they played Carolina very well and they're a very good team. And then we saw them play Calgary and they look like crap. Yeah. So we got to play above our opponent tonight, without a doubt.
I keep looking over my shoulder. I'm hoping Scotty shows up just in time for predictions. I know he's walking over from the train station, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's going to be close because I was just going to get into that right now. I could read a couple people's from YouTube
go for
before we get into our own, so that way maybe we could get Scotty in just in time to give his prediction. So Ted says 5-4 Devils. Some people mad at me for wearing a Bears sweatshirt, even though that's my favorite football team.
Don't be ashamed of that. Don't be ashamed of that.
People talk. I am very ashamed of it, but for different reasons than that. People talk about Max Celebrini. The Devils will not even be close to bad enough for Max Celebrini. I'm not saying they're making playoffs, but Max Celebrini, you could kiss him goodbye. That's not even. They could lose every game the rest of the season. I do not think the Blackhawks Blue Jackets, Sharks, or Ducks will reach what the Devils currently have in points this season. I wholeheartedly believe that. The Devils could lose every game the rest of the season, and I do not think they will be in the Celebrini sweepstakes. So, sorry about it. Selecta says 4-2 Devils. Ramona says 5-1 Devils. Felix says 3-2 Devils in overtime. Ted says 5-4. Joseph says 5-0 Devils. Dubs says 6-3 Devils. He's predicting 2 goals for Jesper Bratt. So, Shorts guy, what do you think is going to happen in this game today?
Max
we
says
need to score.
6-3 or 8-3 Devils. Whoa.
Wow, that's a Sam Wu score. And Corbin just came in with 3-1 Devils. Yeah. The Devils got to win tonight. That's without a doubt. The Devils have to pull this one out. They have to absolutely put the puck in the net. We have Nico Daws coming in, who we know can play very well, but we also know that the history of this defense is not very good. I'm hoping that the defense takes a page from Saturday night, plays really well tonight, and we can get a victory. I'm going to say Devils 4, Seattle Kraken, dose.
Oh, damn, that's exactly what I was going to say. Hold on, I'm going to ask this
go.
guy right here. This is my good friend Kevin, right, by the way. Kevin, what's the prediction on the score tonight? What do you think? Oh, somebody made it on time.
Oh!
Hell yeah.
4-2, that's what Shorts guy said too. I'm going to go with 4-2 as well. Devils 4-2. We have to
wow,
get Mr.
the trio
Mr.
of
Scotty.
4-2s.
Yep.
Scotty, get over there and
in
make your
time.
prediction, Scotty.
Hey.
I'm going to give him the Swayman hug. What's up, dude? Hey. Oh, boy.
That's incredible.
Oh, man, throwing him right in.
Oh,
Whoa.
boy. Yo.
Throwing him right in,
look who
Scotty.
decided
What's
to
going
go
on,
on.
Scotty?
Hey, yo, hey.
Hey.
We got him. We got him.
Oh, there we
Oh,
go.
there we go.
Scotty.
Just pumping Metallica in the background here. Yeah.
Yes, that was the perfect walk-in music. I was like, oh, if someone's going to have his own entrance music, it's going to be Scotty.
That's right, yeah. Gotta go wrestling style, you know, with the theme song entrance and everything. So, yeah. How's everyone doing?
Incredible.
Doing good.
Good. How
doing
about
good.
you, man?
Isn't he back in Jersey?
I'm a little disappointed that Shorts Guy is not here on the ice as the E-Bug.
Well, the EBL got canceled.
Oh, he got canceled.
They got canceled.
Oh,
Yeah, we talked about that. We had a
man.
whole great conversation about what would you do if you actually got on the ice?
Oh,
He said
man.
he'd poop his pants and go blind.
I hope not before the game or not during the game, man.
No,
Come on.
he would handle it with class and dignity.
Class and dignity.
And then
That's what's
stone cold a couple of beers at the end of the game.
up. Oh, yeah, 100%.
That I would
yeah.
do. Yep.
Okay, we're doing predictions now?
Yes,
Is that
yes.
what we're doing? Okay.
Yep, we're in the prediction.
I'm going to predict, who are we playing? Seattle? I'm going to go 4-3 Devils. I'm going to go 4-3 Devils.
Okay.
All right.
4-3
I'm
Devils.
gonna say,
Okay, so
Jack Hughes gets the power play back on track tonight. I say we get a PPG tonight.
That's exactly what I said.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Wow.
Except the score was 4-2.
Well,
4-2.
Is your name Scott?
Yes, it is.
every-
Oh my God.
Oh my God!
Who knew?
Man.
Who
Wow.
knew?
Hey, were you in a band?
I was.
Oh my God! So was I.
Oh my God.
Were you the singer?
Did you play drums?
Oh
my God!
Oh man!
Wow, what a reunion.
How did this happen?
Man, seriously.
Holy shit!
I thought.
Have we?
Oh,
there it was. That happens.
I thought Scotty didn't know. I thought Scotty didn't know.
Well, now we both don't know.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going 4-3 Devils, and I say Jack Hughes gets the power play back on track with a power play goal tonight, and I'm so excited because I finally get to have an Crew brew. There is no Crew brew in LA.
Can you have an Anchor Brew?
Okay.
very cool.
And I'm so excited to finally try this beer out that I've heard so much about
Delightful.
for
Very
so
delightful.
long, and I'm just super pumped for it.
Very good. We're excited for you.
And Vinnie,
Yeah,
you're going to be here soon too.
I leave on Wednesday morning. I will be there. I'm so excited. I will be at
It's gonna
American
be
Whiskey
vacation
doing
weather for Vinnie,
pregame.
even though it's going to snow, because it's like negative 35 in Chicago right now.
Yes.
Vinnie went on
Yes.
vacation to Wisconsin.
Yes.
It was a tropical paradise.
Yes.
As he
Literally.
Yeah.
He went tanning.
Literally. You get
Scotty,
to drive
Scotty.
through the Wisconsin Dells. At least you see things relating to summer there.
Scotty, you're here. You're out east, and you're going to get covered in snow.
First
Welcome
sip.
back to the cold.
First sip.
First sip, first sip, first sip. Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go. Oh, look at that, Scotty. With the
that's
luscious
delicious.
sip.
It's good.
That is
There we
really
go.
good.
It's really good.
Wow.
And we're not just saying that. People look at us and they're like, "Oh, you guys are just saying that."
No.
It's legitimately
it's
a good
really
beer.
enjoyable.
This is, you know what? I mean, because we talked about it like, hey, let's make a really drinkable beer for everybody.
Oh,
that
no, I'm
they
good.
can,
Thank you, though.
Just have a good time with. Not one of those IPAs where it's like, it almost makes like the back of your mouth like bite or your eyes, kind of tear or something like that.
Yeah.
This is a really nice, enjoyable, it's like lager pilsner style.
Yeah. If anybody's ever
Fantastic.
had a Kona beer, it's very similar in taste. A very similar kind of like drinkable,
That was our-
crushable.
That was our goal.
Oh, yeah.
That was the goal.
That was our goal.
Yep.
Excellent.
That's incredible.
We did a lot of
Very
field
good,
testing.
Scotty.
2 pucks up.
And everything Scotty said about the game as far as his prediction was basically on point with what we said. I'm gonna go with a 5-3 score.
Ooh.
I'll take Scotty's score and then throw an empty net on just to be a little bit different.
Okay.
And then of course
All right.
we have our pal Sam Wu with the prediction. Oh, he agrees with me, the 5-3 score. So we got a couple of the same scores here on the show. Some and Crew brews. Scotty, we were so happy you were able to make it right in time to do predictions with us. And we're excited that you get to go there, drink and Crew brew, and attend tonight's game.
I'm pumped, man, and I can't wait to see you on Thursday. It'll be our first
Absolutely.
time meeting in the flesh.
Yep, we could all drown in our sorrows watching the Devils play the Kings again. I don't know if I'm ready to watch the Devils play the Kings in person after 2012, but I'm going to try and forget that part of the whole thing by the time we get there.
Yeah, we're just gonna let that memory slip away. The old
Yep.
boarding
Yes.
call. Oh.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, the Bernier
Bernier.
boarding.
The
Oh,
Bernier
Bernier.
boarding. Even though they killed Gianta.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
wow.
was a tough one.
That was.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, we got the music going, so Scotty, Short Sky Beer Baron, it was great doing the show with you guys today, and I can't wait to hang out in person. This is going to be so much fun. Make sure you tune in to Devils After Dark after the game, where we will go over the game that was against the Seattle Kraken. Tomorrow night against Nashville, it'll be Short Sky filling in for me. I won't be there, but I will be getting ready to come to New Jersey so I can be there in time for Thursday's game. And make sure you go to joinourcrew.com. We will see you next time. As always, let's go Devils.